The original lease for the Bayou, 160,000 acres. In its day, it probably ran about 30,000 head of cattle and 1,000 head of horses.
This was the largest, most important perch-run bloodstock farm in the world.
When we had 1,000 animals, that was a lot of work for the farriers and the blacksmith. The workhorse was one of the strongest animals that man knew at the time and had bred for our benefit, which was working and pulling machinery. We were very successful out here because the West was starting to settle and people utilized the horse quite greatly for plowing the fields, hauling timbers, log work, farm work. And so it was only a natural progression for when war activities became prevalent that the workhorse was going to be of choice for that.
Agriculture in Western Canada thought there's a lot of possibilities here for us to be able to contribute to the war effort and also help our businesses as well. So there was lots of thoughts of being able to provide horses to the Army for transport. The British Army was the primary buyer of horses at that time. They had come out on a couple of horse buying missions to this part of the world, but they had very specific specifications of what they wanted for horses. They were looking for horses that could tow the guns, larger horses that could tow some of the transports. As the war went on, the British Army actually realized a lot of the attributes of the perch-run really worked out well. They had clean limbs as opposed to the Clydesdales with the great big feathering. They were much easier to keep clean in all those mud conditions. The British actually fell in love with the perch-run horses, and there was perch-run horses going from the Bayou back to Great Britain to get that breed established in Great Britain.
In 1914, they went into the great conflict in the war with 143,000 draft horses in France and Belgium. And at the end of the war, they had none left. They were all killed or eaten. Teams' life expectancy on the front lines was 10 to 4 days.
And the actual breed of perch-run horse was almost decimated during the war.
We shipped back to France 53 head of purebred perch-run horses to reestablish the perch-run bloodlines in France. I think we're kind of proud of that.
Although lots and lots of Canadian horses ended up going to France, it ended up that there was kind of a depressions, there was droughts, the bottom fell out of the horse market, mechanization was taking over. A lot of factors came together that didn't make it the windfall that they thought it was going to be.
Their favorite thing is cookies, actually. They love molasses cookies.
I think the visitors connect first with the animals, the live animals. They love seeing the animals doing their thing. They love to hear the stories of the history of those animals. And by linking through the animals, I think they're able to find out more of not only how the animals had to put up with horrible conditions in that wartime, but the men as well on both sides of the trenches.